Welcome to Metaphysical Soul Speak. I'm your host, Elena Fox Starks. Hey guys, I hope that your ascension symptoms haven't been too distracting today. On the ascension symptom scale today, we're actually at 99 still. I don't know about you guys, but I slept most of the day. Had a lot of dreams, and as you know, today we started the third eye chakra healing as it pertains to healing the immune system. So, I don't know, dreams are a part of that. I think I had, I had a dream that I had a horrible disease. And so it was a venting dream, so I was getting rid of the idea that might happen, basically. So expect venting dreams during this phase. We're going to go over what the third eye chakra is, what it does, what it looks like when it's blocked, and how you can heal it after we read the Schumann resonance and have a quick message from my sponsor. Okay, 10:30 a.m. UTC time, the Schumann resonance scientists state, even today, strong activity, scattered but with a powerful spike at 79 hertz at 9 UTC time. The activity started with sparse peaks, the first at 30 hertz at 1:30 UTC time. And at 17 o'clock UTC time, again, it says, after the strong spike described above, the RS amplitude returned to normal values. Well, you know what? 79, that's pretty powerful. I've had things show up, just, quick, I'll see things out of the corner of my eye, like fly by, and then all of a sudden disappear. So our third eyes are going to be quite activated. But this is only going to be a 3-day healing. It's not going to be 5 days like before with some of the other chakras. So pretty much that's it. I mean, Ascension Symptom Scale 99. You just heard the Schumann resonance. We're still in it pretty intensely. I mean, I don't even feel like I'm on the same plane of existence today that I was yesterday, to be honest with you. Before we get to tonight's show, did want to mention that there was a tornado warning in effect for tonight for New York, Staten Island specifically, also New Jersey, Pennsylvania, and Connecticut could be hit by tornadoes. That's not very common, not at all, not a common place in the United States to have tornadoes. So let's send prayers to all the people there. This past week has seen 52 touchdowns of tornadoes across the U.S. This is a massive storm, so please send prayers out to all the people of the East Coast that could potentially be hit by that. Okay, let this next commercial play. It's only for a few seconds. Go grab something to drink, maybe your popcorn. I don't know what you do. I'll be right back, and we're going to talk about the third eye chakra and how it relates to your immune system. Hey you, have you ever thought about having your own podcast like me? Was it even a New Year's resolution? For me, it sure was. But as I've been looking into this for months, I was daunted. There's so many questions I had. When I was trying to get this off the ground, I was wondering, how do I record the episode? How do I get it across all the platforms? How do I get my podcast on Apple Podcasts when I don't even have an iPhone? How do I get it onto Spotify and all the other places? How do I get people to listen? And how do I make money from my podcast? How do I edit it? Oh my God, I had all these questions and I was so confused until I discovered the simple answer is Anchor. Anchor is a one-stop shop for recording, hosting, and distributing your podcast. Best of all, it's 100% free and it is ridiculously easy to use. And now Anchor can match you with great sponsors too, so you could get paid to podcast. All you need to do is record it. You don't have to go out and look for people to advertise on your show. They help you. So basically what I like about podcasting is I don't have to have a video of myself. You don't know if my hair is dirty or if I'm still in my pajamas or even if I'm wearing makeup. Haha. And it's so easy. I could do this from the comfort of my own home in my living room using this amazing app right from my cell phone. So easy, right? So if you've always wanted to start your own podcast and make money, by the way, doing it, please go to anchor.fm/start. That is anchor.fm/start to join me and the diverse community of podcasters that are already using Anchor. Again, that's anchor.fm/start. I can't wait to hear your podcast and I can't wait to favorite you. Woohoo! Let's be broadcast podcast buddies. I'll see you there. Even people who don't really know anything about chakras have heard of the third eye. Almost everyone has heard, hey, you've got a good third eye or good intuition. Your third eye must be active. I've heard this my whole life, and it's funny because all the other chakras I never heard mentioned growing up. It wasn't until I was an adult that I started to actually look into this stuff and learn it. So our third eye chakra is what the universe is sending us energy now to purify, to cleanse, and we're still in the process of cleansing our entire immune system. So this week is not just about the third eye, it's about the third eye and how it connects to the immune system. So basically, the third eye chakra is located between your eyebrows, above the bridge of your nose. If your eyebrows meet in the middle, the very middle point, the middlemost point, if you could call it that, that's where the third eye chakra is. It's also related to the pineal gland, which is in the center of the head, set back above the ears, and it's just literally in the very, very center. So that's the physical counterpoint. Does that make sense? Anyway, sorry, I'm losing my words. Okay. So your third eye chakra, or your sixth chakra, is in charge of intuition and foresight. The name in India of the third eye chakra is called Ajna, and this name literally means commanding and perceiving. The color of the third eye chakra is purple or bluish purple, but the aura color, if someone is going to look at your aura and see it, or if you're going to go to an aura camera and get your picture taken of your aura, you would see the third eye showing up as a translucent purple or even a bluish white. kind of like the soft radiation that you see around the moon. It's very pale, but it's kind of a bluish white. So near your third eye chakra, you do have secondary chakras, and they're thought to kind of live above in the center of your forehead, kind of all the way across. Those secondary chakras include your little ear chakras. So basically, when we have lifted ourselves to this level, and we're kind of living on the plane of existence of the third eye chakra, we find that we're living outside of time. Time does not really mean a whole lot here. Like we could meditate and it feels like 3 or 4 hours, and we open up our eyes and it's only been 3 minutes. Or vice versa, maybe it only feels like 3 minutes, but you come out of it and it's already been 3 to 4 hours. Even though time always exists everywhere, it's on this plane and higher, in like the level of the third eye, it's really, it's a lot slower. So it seems almost like there is no time at all. So with this third eye, living from this part, we are able to transcend duality, and we learn to live in the law of one. And this is where we all are at in the 5th dimension, pretty much. When we can let go of the duality and the linear thinking of the 3rd dimension, we're going to be able to live the law of one and know it on every level, not just intellectual. Now, the third eye chakra is related to the supreme element. And what that is it's pretty much all of the 5 basic elements in their most pure form. They're not diluted. They're not muddied. There's complete clarity with all 5 of them. And that the supreme element is a combination of all 5. So you transcend the 5 elements and you become free from the bondages of time. I almost want to say and space. I kind of feel like there's a connection to that as well. So when you are living at the level of your third eye and you cleanse it and your third eye is open, it's possible that you can start to go into super consciousness, where you become one with your future most perfect self, otherwise known as your higher self. Now, this is related again to the pineal gland. And the pineal gland is responsible for regulating your biorhythms, your sleep and waking times. And it's also responsible for giving you the mystical states of consciousness. Your pineal gland is sensitive to visual stimulation and harsh lighting or anything that's hard to look at, whether it's a vibration of a harsh color such as a bright red or a fluorescent light seem to flicker. Sometimes your pineal gland can be sensitive to that. So characteristics of having an open third eye chakra is that you're going to have visions that come true. You're going to have a really good intuition. You will have the ability to perceive the subtle dimensions around you, and you're going to see the movements of the energy. What was I just saying earlier? That's so weird. So when you see like a little black dot going across your field of vision, or the tip of what looks like an angel wing, like a white little whew, and it goes real fast, and then you kind of question, did you actually see it, and are you hallucinating? You're not really sure. But with your third eye open, you can see stuff from the 4th and 5th dimension that normally don't exist in the dimension you've been used to living in. So you will have a lot of increase as far as your psychic abilities are concerned when your third eye is working perfect and in alignment. Specifically, clairaudience and clairvoyance. So basically, where you can hear things, such as telepathing with somebody, you can hear their words. Or if you hear an earthquake, but it hasn't reached here yet, you could kind of hear into the future. That's clairaudience. Sometimes you get to hear patterns of the past. That's also clairaudience. Doesn't matter what time you are on the timeline. So you could hear the past, you could hear the future. You could even hear other dimensions if you're good enough. So basically, clairvoyance is the other one. So like if your third eye is open, your ESP is going to be pretty awesome. Clairvoyance is when you get to see the future, see the past. You can sometimes see a potential outcome. You could use, if you're really good, you can use clairvoyance to see, say you have a choice to make. So if you make the choice, or if you don't make the choice, or if you ignore the fact you have a choice, so that'd be 3 tracks that you could possibly go down. You can use your clairvoyance to look into the future of each of those possibilities. And then you can find out what your solution is before you ever make the decision. So it kind of behooves you to open up that third eye and get that chakra spinning correctly. So the third eye is responsible for having that intuition, wisdom, insight, and that inner knowing of something. Like, for example, my oldest kid, ever since he was little, like, no matter what it is I wonder out loud, he accesses the information just like that, like perfect. And I'll go look it up on the internet, and he was always right every time, because his intuition, his third eye, has always been open. So it's like, how do you know this information? I don't know. God told me, I guess, or I just went, several dimensions up and I read a book and I came back and told you. It's like, what? You were here the whole time. Oh yeah, to you, but you go above that space in which there is no real time, or hardly any time. It doesn't really matter. If you could leave your body and go up there, you can read a couple books, come back at the same minute you left. No one will ever know. So that's a fun superhuman ability that we're all going to have soon. So your creativity and inspiration does also come from your third eye, as well as your motivation. When you can see a clear picture of a positive and bright future, and you can imagine and visualize that. Motivation to be positive in your life. That comes from a healthy third eye chakra. So with your third eye, you should be able to look into subtle reality. You're going to be able to start seeing the ultraviolet light spectrum, the new colors. They're coming in as we raise up into the 5th dimension. And you can also see into the realm of spirits. So sometimes you can hear them, sometimes you could see them when your third eye is open. Now, what if you have a third eye imbalance and it's not really working correctly? Well, you'll find yourself stuck in a rut. You won't be able to imagine a better future than where you are right now. You can't think about any other possibilities than what is right before you. You won't be able to utilize your gift of envisioning a different reality or the future. You will engage in fantasies, including like psychic fantasies and illusions that will hold you back from actually pursuing, creative reality in your everyday world, like your reality, normal reality. So if you have an imbalance in your third eye, you won't be able to establish or envision the future, and you won't be able to realize your dreams because they don't come out of your head. They're just stuck inside your mind. So a lot of people that have a third eye imbalance, I'm sure you guys all know someone like this, they will have a rejection attitude towards anything beyond what the five senses show them. They won't be into anything spiritual or unusual or paranormal. They might be afraid of it, or they will just reject it out of hand and say it doesn't exist. It's not real, in spite of potential proof. They still won't believe it. They can't see the bigger picture, and they lack in focus and clarity of their day-to-day life, as well as their future vision of where they want to go in their life. So goals, and they don't have the ability to make goals or keep them. Now, if you have a third eye that's overactive, you're going to have a problem with losing touch with reality. You'll be stuck in a fantasy world most of your day. You'll be overwhelmed with constant thoughts that are just crowding your head. This will lead to clouded judgment and physical manifestations of an overactive third eye. Could be headaches, vision problems, even seizures or strokes, insomnia, nausea, and sinus issues. And that's where it also is connecting with the immune system. Now remember that your third eye is still within the body syndrome area of crying syndrome. So it's very, very possible that when you have third eye issues, it might be related to a loss or grief that you haven't completely and fully processed and integrated into yourself yet. When your third eye is overactive, you might be overwhelmed with these constant thoughts and your clouded judgment, but also you have non-physical manifestations beyond that. If it gets really bad or really blocked, you might have hallucinations. You might be mentally and emotionally judgmental of others and yourself. You might feel a mental fog or an anxiety. You might feel overwhelmed, and you might be prone to paranoia, delusions, and you're going to have so many things rapidly coming your way. You're going to have this, like, your visions will be super, super fast, and it'll be super hard to make sense of it. If that happens to you, you have to ask Spirit to slow it down so that you understand the vision that you're seeing. That's okay. Spirit will do that for you. You're not expected to be that good that you can read millions of images a second, okay? So don't ever worry. You could always ask Spirit what you need in order to be your most successful spiritual self. So when you have so many of these fast visions coming your way, it will overwhelm you even further. And so what you need to do is work with your heart chakra and come from a place of love, so that the visions you're receiving, you're going to be able to do something about it with the spirit of love with you. Also, if you connect to your lower chakras while seeing the visions, it will help you to ground. And that's really important. Grounding, anchoring yourself. Sometimes your third eye will cause you to feel really floaty, like your head's up in the clouds and you don't really have concrete earthbound thoughts. You know, like you don't remember, oh, time to eat, or I had an appointment. You know, your head's in the clouds, and the land below doesn't really occur to you. So that's definitely a sign of an overactive third eye. So how do you help a blockage or an imbalance or an overactive third eye? Well, the best thing that you can do is light exercise. Doesn't have to be heavy duty, anything. You can just take a walk, maybe for a half hour every day. You can switch to a whole foods diet. If there's a list of ingredients on the food you want to buy, put it back on the shelf. It's probably not good for you. Just whole foods. An example of a whole food would be celery. It's a whole food, just a vegetable, or, not really apple because they have a lot of sugar, but like, a banana, that's like a whole food. There's not really a label on it with a list of ingredients. So, energy healing such as Reiki, also aromatherapy can help. Working with crystals and even sound therapy. Rest Relaxation Reiki channel on YouTube. I'm sure she's got third eye related Reiki videos, and I highly recommend her. Art therapy, you can paint or draw or just look at art that inspires you. The whole goal of helping your third eye is to soothe and balance yourself, so that when you do get a vision, it's just one vision. It's kind of relaxed and calm. You see it clearly and you know what to do about it, versus a whole bunch coming at you at once and you're too jumbled up to figure it out. Now, indigo is the number one color you would use to heal your third eye. But if you have candles that are dark blue or even black, that can also work. Any kind of blue would help your third eye, even though the lighter colored blues kind of match your throat chakra more than your third eye chakra. So you could take a bath, and to make that deep, deep blue, violet blue color, you'd put in 1 drop of red and 2 or 3 drops of blue, and that should work to make a bath. You can put crystals in your bath, or you can make crystal water in advance and then pour that in your bath when you go to take a bath. Crystals that are associated with helping your third eye open up include black obsidian, but I would prefer snowflake obsidian, because if you forget to wash it, black obsidian can attract spirits, and if you're not ready to deal with that, that can create more problems than it's worth. So, and also negativity, it absorbs negativity, but after it absorbs so much, if it's not cleaned, it can start putting negativity back out into the environment. So I say snowflake obsidian is better because it absorbs negativity and it transmutes it automatically, and out the white spots of the stone itself comes all positivity. So it's like a constant generator of positive energy. So snowflake obsidian, I think, would be very good stone to work with your third eye. Also, amethyst, the darker the better, I think. Amethysts are helping to connect you to your higher self and your higher guidance and your holy guardian angel, as well as your creator, the universe in general. Tiger's eye is another third eye stone, as well as moonstone. Your third eye is connected to your subconscious mind, and your subconscious mind, it's like 86% of your mind. So your third eye can see the real future, or might see something that's just inside your mind, like your subconscious. So you have to always use discernment, and when your third eye is open, your discernment is going to be much, much better. Labradorite is another third eye stone that's just, it's incredible. Changes color and hue when you tilt it in the sun in every direction. Labradorite is beautiful. It can look like a golden color or almost copper. You tilt it and it'll like turn bright blue or green, or a moss green, or like a cobalt blue. I've seen many different colors, even pink, shine from a labradorite stone. And they're very mystical and magical, and I think that they can connect you to other dimensions. So that's really something cool to look forward to. Oh, God. So if you look into healing your third eye, essential oils such as sage, clary sage, frankincense, sandalwood, and patchouli, that would really, really help. And if you don't have essential oils, you could always burn incense if you're not sensitive to it. It's not going to hurt your eyes or your lungs. There's nothing wrong with burning incense. That also puts that smoke creates a high vibration, and it can help open up your third eye. So when you look into archetypes and mythology, that might help focus your third eye on something specific. So if your aim is for high spiritual knowledge, you might want to focus on like the god Apollo, or say you want to focus on accumulating wealth and abundance, or just gain a job, that would be goddess Lakshmi, for example. You can connect with any of the god or goddess archetypes, or just connect with mythological stories, something that will help you hone what you want to focus on with your third eye. Because what you focus on expands, as I mentioned in other episodes. So getting into art or art therapy, you can create your own art, or just, again, go to an art gallery. That might help take your mind outside of yourself. You don't have to constantly be thinking. If you have visual stimulation, you'll be able to focus outward, and that will calm your mind. That will open your third eye. You can create mandalas, and color therapy is not only part of art therapy, but just normal color therapy. Your clothes that you wear, you can create a piece of art, or you can just go somewhere in nature. For example, forget-me-nots. Those are flowers that have the same color related to your third eye. What if you just sat next to African violets that are purple, or forget-me-nots, or anything in that color realm? You stare something in nature, that will actually really help cleanse and open your third eye. What if you have a sky that's purple in the evening because the sunset is so beautiful? That would help. If it's purple going into the blue shades, that's a perfect time to meditate outside and just pull in that color into your heart chakra, and your heart chakra will distribute it, or directly into your third eye if you wish. Whatever you feel most comfortable with. So, let's see here. Yeah, nature, art, clothes. There's many different ways to address the color therapy. If you just have a cloth the right color and drape that around you, or a blanket, that would work as well. Meditation is a way that you could open your third eye. And if you allow truth to be your focus, and you ask for clarity of discernment, because you don't want to see a future that's not even real and there's no possibility of it, it's just coming from your subconscious mind. You want to be able to discern the truth. So always make sure that truth is your focus. So if you tune into the universe, you're going to start to utilize your third eye chakra as if it's an antenna, and that's how you're going to start downloading information. And the third eye is related to the black antelope. That sounded weird to me when I read that. I didn't even know that antelopes do come in black. I thought that all antelopes were the same kind of a tan color. So I thought that was a little strange. So I think I'm going to look up a picture of a black antelope when I get done with this. It's like very strange. Now I can't wait to see one. So when your third eye is open and it's healed, your extrasensory perception will be strengthened. You're not going to struggle with faith anymore. You're going to have complete, absolute faith that everything in your life is going to work out. The struggle will be gone. And you will be very patient. And you'll no longer feel like ignorant of spiritual things. You won't have that aversion to anything weird or paranormal. That you'll have the ability to actually look into spiritual things. So, what foods do you eat that will increase the activity of your third eye chakra? Well, the sixth chakra is helped with anything that contains omega-3 fatty acids, such as sesame seeds, salmon, sardines, or even chia seeds, walnuts, dark chocolate, eating anything that's purple, such as blueberries, maybe blackberries, even eggplant, anything that has that really deep purplish blue color. That will really help for your third eye. So when you are 100% in touch with this energy, you are going to have faith and clarity, and you're going to be able to hear your inner teacher 100%. You will start making really good decisions about your life. You're going to have a clarity about your situation at all times. Your intuition is going to be better than ever. You're going to be able to live your passion and your life's purpose. You're going to know what your life purpose is. You're going to know your own truth. And you won't be swayed by other people's ideas of what that should be. You're going to be able to see unlimited possibilities for yourself. You're going to be able to trust your inner guidance, and you're always going to be able to discern and see the truth. So we're automatically getting bombarded by the energies that are clearing our third eye automatically. Like I've been saying for weeks, we are being forced to spiritually grow, and that's okay. But we all know that when you grow, you have growing pains. So just focus on something beautiful. If you have a hard time and you're thinking too much, just try to think on nothing. Just look at a color and really try to be mindful of only that color, and see if you could stop your other thoughts for a few seconds. That will short circuit that overwhelm and the overthinking of stuff. So how does this relate to our immune system? Well, if you have past blockages in your third eye due to immune system issues that you did not address, possibly you would have snoring, possibly sinus issues, maybe an infection in your throat or your sinus, or vision going in and out, blurry. 1 minute you could see clear the next. Anything to do with those things. But once your third eye is clear and open, then that part of your immune system will also be clear and open, and you won't be apt to be sick in these ways any longer. So just focus on your healing this week. Focus on your ability to be clear about your own life. This is the week to trust. Anyway, that is all I have to say about that. And I will discuss the next chakra probably in about 4 or 5 days, when we're already in the middle of it, of healing it. Okay. Well, I love you guys, and I hope that you are well. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, ideas for upcoming shows, or you would like to make a donation via PayPal, you can reach me at metaphysicalsoulspeak@gmail.com. You can send me a voice message at anchor.fm/metaphysical. And you can follow me on Twitter as well as Instagram, and that's at mermaidgirl88. 8. All right, guys, I'm signing off now with peace and love and joy and the high vibes of the holy fifth dimension. Until next time, peace. Metaphysical Soul Speak is run on sponsors and listener support. This means listeners like you. If you are so inclined to support my efforts and my little podcast, please visit me at anchor.fm/metaphysical and pledge an amount of your choosing today. Thank you.